All right, here we go again with another one. I got the TRX4MTs. They are a blast. I truly enjoy these things a ton now that they've got the brushless system in them. But I've gotten tons of questions on the brushless systems. How are they working? How do they crawl? Are they okay crawling? What are the temperatures on the motors? So I'm going to answer all of those questions today. This is kind of going to be like a full review of the truck. I'm basically going to take you with me as I do the entire testing. We're just going to talk through it. It's going to be a new approach for me, but I'm going to get right into it. So as you can see here, the clodbuster body on it looking real good. Just trying to put it through its paces, doing as much crawling as I can to get the motor temperatures up as high as I can get them. Did notice some cogging under like extreme load. It is in crawl mode, so this isn't the crawl mode where it has the brake, and it did still experience some cogging. I think ultimately the gearing may be just a little high if you're going to make this a dedicated crawler. It does incredible, you have incredible control with it for what it is, and what it is a monster truck. So crawling is really not what it was built for. However, I will tell you that it will hold its own if it needs to in some light crawling. Took it out again, and these rocks are not particularly great for this particular scale truck, but I was super impressed that it was able to kind of find its way through a lot of the obstacles. And I will tell you that I really tried to kind of baby it a little bit because I love the body and I'm not trying to completely scratch it to pieces. Did have a couple of light scrapes on it, but you know, that's just kind of the name of the game. So other than that, it performed really well. I was happy with it in general. When you watch it pull up on that rock just a second ago, it kind of shuddered a little bit, and it did get that when it was up against some pretty steep inclines under very, very low RPM. So again, my goal is just to see what type of temperatures I can get out of the motor. We'll get to that here in a second. Just take it through a few more obstacles, and you see the way that it articulates too. That is tremendous, because the suspension is completely factory. I've done nothing to the suspension. I've not made any adjustments there. This truck has the steel differential gears in it, factory gearing as far as ratios, and it has the brushless system in it. I do want to throw a quick shout out to MCI Racing. That's where I get my decals from. I've been getting them from MCI Racing for probably 15 years. Their quality is incredible. So if you're looking for decals for a project, or you're just trying to recreate old decals that you can't get anymore, I would check out their website. Alright, so we've put it through its paces, did a bunch of crawling, popped the body off, and what you see here is we got up to about 145 degrees on the motor itself, which I got to tell you, it was definitely on the hotter end. Didn't get any temperatures higher than 145, so I mean, I guess push comes to shove, it's still operating within what most brushless motors can operate within temperature-wise. So I'm not sure you're going to damage anything, but I do know that the motor definitely struggles when it with the current gearing. It struggles a little bit at the very lowest of RPMs. So if your intent is to crawl this truck primarily, I think my best suggestion would be the reduced gear ratio differential gears in here. Then honestly, I think this thing will hang with just about any mini crawler that you put it up against, if that's your intent. But we're gonna wrap up the crawling section of this, and we're gonna take this thing out and blast it around a little bit and kind of show you a little bit more of what I believe it's intended for. But we took the body off just so you could see the brushless motor kind of doing its thing out there. It's truly impressive, because with its current configuration, the fact that it's even able to crawl like this, I thought was I thought was impressive. So the system, in my opinion, is worth every bit of its bang for the buck. Again, around 140, 145 degrees on there is what I got. Now we're going to put it back in kind of its in an area where I think that it's going to excel the most, and that's kind of like jumping around, bashing, a little bit of high-speed blasting. The other thing that I was truly impressed with, that I was shocked at how well it did, was cutting through the grass as a truck this size. It really way better than I expected. It doesn't really slow down much in this type of grass, and it's Florida grass. It's kind of thick. And I know you can't see it, but there's some inclines, and it really didn't slow down a bit. And as soon as we started driving it on, you know, at these speeds, and that, you know, in the grass, and even like through the brush, the motor temperatures dropped drastically. It actually settled in at right around 90 to 100 under normal conditions. So if you're going to operate it like this, just kind of bashing it around, doing some jumping, you know, running through the grass, it is well within its comfort zone. It is more than capable of this with that brushless system, and I don't think it even broke a sweat in that environment. So after owning the truck for a little while, I can honestly say that I have no regrets, and I highly recommend the truck, as long as you put the brushless system in it. So I say that to say thank everybody for watching. It's been a lot of fun doing these reviews and building this truck into what it is. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Throw some thumbs up out there, and definitely keep the comments coming. I think that's my favorite part, getting to know the RC community like I have gotten to do lately. So if you have suggestions or thoughts on something we can do next, let me know. We're willing to torture the trucks. Thanks again.